Hey there, I'm Akanksha Swaroop. Now, there has been a series of unusual leaks in two gas pipelines of Nord Stream. These are running from Russia under the Baltic Sea to Germany and have now triggered concerns of a sabotage. What you can see here is footage released by the Swedish Coast Guard on Tuesday. It shows disturbances in the water reportedly related to big leaks. These in two natural gas pipelines running under the Baltic Sea. Now, it should be noted that natural gas pipelines Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 run from Russia to Germany. Nord Stream is the main pipeline through which Gazprom supplies its gas into northwest Europe. The three gas leaks were visible in waters off Denmark. Bubbles from 200 to 1,000 meters in diameter spread all over. Seismologists have also explained the two underwater blasts that were recorded. These prior to the discovery of the three leaks on the Nord Stream pipelines.
We do record regularly explosions in the Baltic. So some of them we know because we are told by the Swedish Navy that they are performing blasts and they're testing mines and they're doing all sorts of training exercises. So we have some areas of Sweden where we're very certain and where you also get information about sometimes of the size of the blasts. So we know very well what an underwater blast looks like. And so in this case, there's no doubt this is not an earthquake. This is a blast that has been occurring in the water column or close to the bottom.
Now, it should be noted that a standoff over Russia's war in Ukraine had halted flows through Nord Stream 1 and prevented flows of the parallel Nord Stream 2. In fact, this has plunged Russian gas supplies, causing prices to soar in Europe. So much so, the EU nations are struggling to find alternative energy supplies. These to heat homes, generate electricity, and run factories. But so far, no evidence has been gathered of what caused the Nord Stream problems. But in Europe, distrust of Russia is already running high. There are suspicions that Moscow sabotaged its own infrastructure out of spite, or to warn that all pipelines are vulnerable to attack.
First of all, it's an unusual situation. Three leaks have now been confirmed, one in Nord Stream 2 and two in Nord Stream 1. And that is unusual. And I would like to say that we from the government's and the authorities' side take this very seriously. We are looking at it with great severity. It is important regarding air and ship transportation that you listen to the authorities. Furthermore, I would like to say that the response team and the authorities are working tirelessly to uncover exactly what has happened. But it is a serious situation.
Men det är en allvarlig situation. Vi har svenska uppgifter men också tagit del av
We have Swedish information but have also taken note of information from our contacts with Denmark. And based on that, we have come to the conclusion that this is probably a deliberate act. It is therefore probably a matter of sabotage. The Norwegian government has also informed us of increased drone activity in the North Sea and the measures they have taken in connection with it. It is important to point out that these explosives have not taken place within the Swedish or the Danish territorial waters, but in our country's economic zones, and Nord Stream 1 and 2 are neither owned by Sweden nor Denmark. So it's not an attack on Swedish or Danish territory. But having said that, the government takes what's happened very seriously, not least in light of the current security policy situation in our immediate area.
Also, a researcher with the Center for Maritime Operations at the Royal Danish Defence College has explained that the pipelines are very vulnerable and have a massive geopolitical dimension. Listen in to what he has to say.
What we do know is that there have been 3 incidents of the leakage from gas pipes, one from the Nord Stream 2 and two from the Nord Stream 1. And it's a very rare thing that would happen, such a leakage. And the fact that we have three of them in 24 hours, that's extremely unusual. So, I mean, it's definitely something that begs the question, is this actually sabotage or some kind of hybrid warfare that we are witnessing here? Because it's very, very unusual. If this is sabotage and it is an example of what we call hybrid warfare, then the difficulty is always the attribution, right? It's very hard to pinpoint exactly who did it and why. And we always get a myriad of different explanations circulating on social media and things like that. So, but I think if we look at who would actually benefit from disturbances, more chaos on the gas market in Europe, I think there's basically only one actor right now that actually benefits from more uncertainty, and that is Russia. Russia that is using gas exactly as a pressure point to sort of put pressure on Europe to essentially give up the support for Ukraine in the Ukraine war.
Interestingly, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken told reporters that American officials have not confirmed sabotage or an attack after the leaks were found in the Nord Stream pipelines.
The leaks are under investigation. Their initial reports indicating that this may be the result of an attack or some kind of sabotage, but these are initial reports and we haven't confirmed that yet. But if it is confirmed, that's clearly in no one's interest. Now, my understanding is the leaks will not have a significant impact on Europe's energy resilience. And what's critical is that we are working day in, day out, both on a short-term basis and a long-term basis, to address energy security for Europe and for that matter, around the world.
On the other hand, Russian presidential spokesman Dmitry Peskov has said the news of a leak in the Nord Stream 2 pipeline is quote-unquote extremely worrying. This is what he had to say.
It is obvious that there is some kind of destructions of the pipe. As to what the reason is, before the results of investigation appear, no version could be excluded. Of course, our legislators, our executive authorities, and our legal departments are ready.
And so there's no clarity yet on who will conduct the investigations on the leaks. But Europe better brace up with its level of preparedness in the gas and energy sector, because the extent of damage means the Nord Stream pipeline will unlikely be able to carry any gas to Europe this winter.